All right, good morning, guys. So, I was getting a little bit of a feeling here of black sheep kind of energy, right? So, I'm picking up on an energy of a family that perhaps is unhappy with your choices. You may be outcasted in some way, perhaps judged um, harshly, and in many ways isolated, definitely because you do not want to be part of the fold here. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Um, let's see. All right, Spirit, give me the overall energy here in regards to my divine ancestors, guides, masters of the highest benevolent guide light. Please allow me to see what I must see, and may it be for the highest good of all, including myself. My beloved Mother, Father, God, Creator, always under your beloved golden light of love, direction, protection. Please allow the messages to come easily, full of context. Thank you. Alright, Spirit. So show me here this energy of the scapegoat. What is the message here, please, Spirit, for my collective? Okay. Flexibility. Alright. With tranquility on the bottom. Okay. I believe that a big problem here is perhaps due to the fact that, there's been things, obstacles, burdens, things that have been thrown your way that were meant to slow you down, meant to slow your stride, meant to make you struggle, meant to make you double back and ask for help, for permission, right? I feel like there's a little bit of a narcissistic energy in this. Not from you, from those that wanted you to conform and you didn't. And now they see you in this, no matter what they throw at you, you sort of are able to maneuver and dive, and you've incorporated, you know, awareness, tranquility into your life. And I think that definitely, and wisdom, right, with the owl. And I think that I ruffle some feathers, speaking of owls. It ruffles some feathers, and people tend to cast judgment against you. Underneath this tranquility card is transcension, and beneath that is order. So I feel like whatever it is that whatever box they put you in, your ass said, no, thank you. That is not what I want to be. That is not how I want to live, right? And the dragonfly is here as well. So yeah, I feel like you were perhaps many years feeling like, what is my purpose? Why am I so different? Why do things feel so much more difficult for me than they do for other people, right? And I think it was part of the system, part of the game here. Um, I believe these people wanted you to feel useless, like you didn't know like they didn't want you to know your place in the world, right? But I feel like the dragonfly, um, it's a process for you to even exist, for you to even grow into your purpose, right? Dragonflies live underwater from anywhere from 1 year to 3 years, as I believe they're called nymphs, so like little larvae. And I believe that this is where they gain their strength, right? Before they're able to finally use their wings and fly, right? And usually, when they become fully embodied and able to use their wings, they are some of the fiercest predators of the insect world, right? So I think that this is what this is. People saw your fierceness before you did. They saw what you were about to become before you did. So what did they do? They set up many traps, many booby traps, many things to make you fall and make you believe like you could never get back up. Okay, but because of this flexibility card, I think you're stunning people right now. I think you're really shocking people with your resilience. Okay. All right, so give me a little bit more on this flexibility energy and the energy that is being cast upon this. Thank you. I keep seeing my demon card here that keeps coming up. Okay, I got the mummy card. Well, the mummy card speaks of rituals. It speaks of life after death, right? This is again what I was saying. This is almost as though by them killing you, killing the progression that you were going into through your years, through your childhood years, through your trauma, etc., what they did is they set you up for your afterlife, for they basically gave you all the tools you would need to for your resurgence, for you to come back alive, for you to be stronger than you were before. Again, I go back to the dragonfly. Once they come out of the water, they are the strongest they have ever been, right? Once they get the power back in their wings, right? Once they're fully able to embody the dragonfly, right? And like the mummy, there are things that are set up so that in the afterlife they can live as though they the same way that they lived in life, right? So I feel like they inadvertently, or the creator inadvertently, made these people help you. They knew you were going to get to a certain point, and they thought that by throwing the world at you, you would never get there. And what they did is that they actually gave you the tools that you needed in order to become stronger, to actually fulfill your destiny here. And I feel like your purpose is grand. And I think that they themselves could not see that, right? You see this red string, right? String of destiny. And then this shooting star. You're definitely in your star era, right? I feel like you're aligning. Um, the cosmic transits may have a lot to do with this as well. Being an Aquarius and the star are related, right? You're unique. You didn't come here necessarily to play the game the way people want you to play it, and I think that that definitely creates a lot of disdain, dislike. Okay, in here with the Black Cat and Witch Crone, you have wisdom that comes from many lives, right? And like the Black Cat, you sort of do your own thing. Nobody really knows what you're doing. Nobody really knows how it is that you attained all this knowledge, right? All this wisdom. Excuse me. I think people often want to, with this unreal on the bottom, which is about anger. I think this is the energy that you make people feel. um, they want to stop you, right? In my Crone card, you see her with her owl, same as here. And the pine to me is protection, right? You were protected along this journey all along. This is the goal. This is what you were supposed to reach. In many lives, you were perhaps this crone, this extremely wise woman, right? I personally don't like the word witch, but I understand its purpose, okay? To me, a witch is actually a wise woman, right? A woman that is like the magician card. She uses all those resources in order to bring about the desires, to help her life, to accelerate her life, to make things easier, right? So you are this magician, wise woman energy, right? And like the witch, right? That word that was created in order to scare people, to make people be deterred, right? If you think of the Salem trials, etc., that word was to cast you as evil, right? Not as what you were. An intelligent woman that knew how to work the land, that knew how to use resources to her will, um, that was unheard of. Someone doing that by themselves. A lot of the time, a lot of the witches that were burnt at the stake or persecuted during those trials, it was due to them owning land and not being married, etc., or not necessarily needing of a man in order to progress. So what did they do? They attacked. Okay, so this is much of like what your life has probably been like, right? What you've experienced here through the years. And I feel like the fact that you've drifted away from that energy, from this maltreatment, has put you in a position of sort of going quiet, right? The owl and the crone and the black cat all moving in silence, move in the dark, right? Like the bat. You let your internal guidance system lead you. And I think that angers people because they cannot predict what your next move will be. And usually, like most things, the unknown is the most scary thing, right? So, okay, what else can you tell me here so I can wrap this up, please, for my beautiful collective spirit? What should they know about these people that wish to create obstacles in their growth, in their becoming, please, like the dragonfly and the crown? And the chronos is someone that comes from stages, right? It's it's the maiden, the mother, and the crone, right? You've gone through all the stages, right? And you've mastered. And I am a great believer that even those that are great teachers and masters are always infinite students. So I believe that you put yourself, see, I see books here and books here. You're always learning. And with mommy, it's about ritual, right? You pour into yourself what you want to pour back into you, right? And I think that that's kind of scary. Yeah, Queen of Wands, as I say that, witchy, powerful, standing in her energy, standing in her power, um, using energy to her will, right? And it attracts everything towards you, right? Attraction, right? You attract change. You're done with the situation. You're like, you know what? Time to dig deep and alchemize this and make what I want out of this. And I think it frightens the shit out of people. Okay, I think that that's the main thing here. Black cats, mummies, witches. I mean, scary. Like, so people attack what they're afraid of. Okay, what is the advice here, please, Spirit, in regards to this beautiful Queen of Wands, Queen energy? What are we? What should we understand from this message, please, Spirit? I think that you're in an attractive energy right now. You're magnetizing a lot of things. I think that this is like I said before with the dragonfly. This is your becoming. This is your fly. Your wings are strong enough for you to soar now, and I think that people feel that, and it's making people uneasy. It's making people feel also left out of your life, left out of your flow. Yeah, the Chariot, right? Nothing can stop you. Nothing, right? It's as though you've been chosen by God, right? Because pharaohs are chosen by, according to Egyptian Kemetic belief systems, it's chosen by divinity, by the creator God, Anun, and they're given the power to sort of rule on many planes, right? Because the chariot typically is 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 ridden and controlled by Osiris, right? So the god, the Neter, right, that lives in both realms, the earthly and the underworld, right? Yeah, I believe that people know that no matter how much adversity they've thrown at you, you will overcome. You are overcoming, and you are going to get there. Whether you're off road, on grid, off grid, they know there is nothing that they can do that can stop you. Because even the bad they throw at you, you use for your good. Which speaks of the Queen of Wands, which speaks of the crone. Okay, you have mastered. You have. I'm sorry about that, guys. You have mastered your energy. And I think that with this flexibility card, my eyes keep going back to that. With that flexibility card, there's no shaking you. That's why this tranquility card is here and transcension. The advice here is to keep going. The advice here is that no, the road is not going to get easier. It might actually amplify, right? Because I believe that things get worse when they're getting better. And that's usually a big sign of you going in the right direction. Keep going. Here I have the carnivorous plant. And the carnivorous plant, as you can see, I hope you guys can see that, is encompassed in their own energy, right? They're not worried about whether the plant next door to them is eating or not. They're eating. Okay, and this is you. This is what they expected. They expected you to eat yourself, to dissolve, to let these problems kill you. But what you did is that you're like the butterfly that ate itself and became the butterfly. I'm sorry, the caterpillar that ate itself in the cocoon and became the butterfly, because that's technically what they do. Okay, good fortune is coming don't give up, okay? I think fortune is turning in your favor. As I said, I feel like you're in your star energy and everything is going to start to open up for you. Keep going. Keep using your knowledge to encourage others, because I also feel like that's the part that scares other people. This knowledge, all these books, and all this black cat energy is, by you being who you are, you're influencing others without even trying. And like I said, you were a bait. You're a bait also for awakening, a bait for truth. People want to throw lies at you, and because you stand in your energy and you've only radiate this energy of truth, they can't knock you. So keep going. Okay. That is actually the message here today. Keep going. Things are changing. You took that wheel and you spun it to your favor, and I think that that is scary. The high priest underneath here, the Hierophant. You're a teacher, okay? The infinite student and master, okay? You learn many spiritual lessons along the way, and you're now using them to encourage others to do the same. So, all right. I hope that, yeah, the tower. Good things are coming. I don't take this tower as a bad thing. I think that the life that you once knew is on the verge of ending. You're moving into a more spiritually aligned energy from here forward. And those that cannot hop on your chariot are getting knocked the fuck off. Excuse my language. And you're still moving forward. Spirit got you. Okay. You guys have a blessed day, and please subscribe, like, and turn on your notification bell. Thank you.